What's going on, everybody? Episode 94. We have Mike back on. This is the second time. The first time we had it, the hour flew by. We didn't get into anything. I feel like we barely even scratched the surface of any good conversations. I mean, it just went by so fast. We were like, "Hey, you got to come back on. Have to."
Welcome back.
So here we are, episode 94. I don't really remember the exact number. I should have. A professional person would know the exact number.
You're
Bobby, I need
not
you to pull that
professional.
up
I'll pull it
that
up.
he was
Just
on.
tell me, pull it up. It was 88.
88?
88. And here we
Man, it feels
are.
like
And here
yesterday.
we are on 94. It was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, thank you so much. I know your time, we're due it late. You're on the East Coast. I mean, I thank you for taking your time, your night, and come hang out with us. We really appreciate it.
No, man, it's awesome. I appreciate you guys having me back on, man. I love it.
Yeah, thank
Now,
you.
I think it'll be cool. So before we started the show, we were talking about problems. Like we saw this and we saw that, and then these things are happening. These are things that we've never even seen before, and we're trying to troubleshoot it. And I think it'll be cool to talk about it. So before you were talking about these systems, you have a high pressure, you have a regulating valve before this valve, and then you're having these false trips. And this dry valve, it's not a pre-action, but these dry valves have a piston in them, and you're having the issues, right?
Yeah, so kind of to hit the high points of it, we've got and it's better with pictures, but you've got seven reliable DDX valves, all 4-inch in a pump room. They all feed, they go down, they feed a parking deck below ground, all seven systems. So we had it to where it's to the point now where even on just a pump churn. Now keep in mind the pump's in the room, and we're talking these DDX valves. They're low pressure valves. 20 22 psi of air. You've got the piston set up. Ideally, if you have fluctuations in water pressure before these valves, it shouldn't be tripping them out, right? Get to the point we're churning the pump, and we've got dry valves in the room tripping out, and no one can figure out what's going on with it. That's one of the problems. It's to the point now where guys are having to shut off the discharge valve and close every control valve on every dry system because they're freaked out because you go in there for a simple pump churn, monthly pump churn, and you got dry valves tripping, feeding parking decks below ground, winter's coming, and I'm talking like 8 or 9 low point drains on each system, in a parking deck. It's going to take a minute, but not only that, even during the annual inspection, during the full trips, we'd be tripping out one system, draining that system down. During the drain, another system trips.
Ugh.
And again, without pictures, it's kind of hard to explain some of it. And also, y'all got a picture, everyone out there listening, because we're kind of scratching our heads at this. You got one air compressor, tank compressor, 7 dry valves. Each dry valve has got its own air maintenance device too. We're pulling air off of one system, and all the systems are losing air. That's one thing I did catch during the annual is we're getting ready to full trip one, and we've got all the systems are losing air. And keep in mind too, this is a 1-year-old system, and it looks good. The install was done right. Even the little things that I always personally look for was done right. But it's to the point now. I almost want to. I'm not trying to badmouth them, but I almost want to call Reliable and be like, y'all need to give me some guidance here because I'm running out of options. I mean, I'd really have to. I haven't spent the time to really troubleshoot it, but at this point, like we go there for monthly pump turns and we just shut everything. Like I don't need false trips
You
today.
got
Just shut it.
so you got two check valves that have to be failing. Any system that's losing air, you have to have at least two check valves that are failing, right? The one on the air maintenance device, which I'm assuming is a general.
So these ones are actually the reliable air maintenance devices that come with those. It's almost like a package deal. All the trim comes together.
Okay.
So you have the only check valve you're going to have is you're going to have a check valve before the air maintenance device, and then on the actual air maintenance device itself, and then obviously your fast fill lines are closed. So you've got the air maintenance device itself, that's not going to allow air to go back, and you've got a check valve on each system.
So how's it losing?
So there's no way you have check valves failing. Well, I shouldn't say that, but
Back to back,
who
but
is
all your systems, but
who's seen that? But who has seen a 1 year old system?
I've seen
I
this, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
so into this right now.
I have too. So I want to
I had a
say
Model EX losing air on me.
7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was in a brand new high rise, high end apartment complex.
Were you like 19?
Yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
I was the lead inspector of the team. Back in the day with that company, we ran a team, and then the sprinkler guy was the lead. And I was there. It was probably the worst experience I've ever had in fire protection my entire career because they kept tripping. This building was well, the parking deck. To give you an example, the parking deck was I think nine stories or 9 floors, however you want to call a parking deck. And there was about 8 dry systems, and they would just trip, and then this one would trip, and then that one would trip, and that I ended up calling back the other sprinkler guy, um, so we can figure this thing out. And then I ended up like it was like 11 o'clock at night. I'm going back and forth trying to figure this out. I ordered pizza, um, and then that next morning I'm at the gym. It's a Saturday, and I thought it was good. I ended up calling the office, get some sprinkler fitters out there. They came, set them up. I thought we were good to go. I went home. Saturday morning, I get a call from my boss, and they're like, the stairwell's flooded. They tripped. And I'm like, just geez. But I called and I tried to find out exactly like what did y'all do to fix this? And I got no answer. I got no answer. And what if it's not air and it's water? What if there's a high fluctuation of water at night somehow?
Well, the keep in mind you're coming off a pump, and also keep in mind with these DDXs that's why they're getting so popular is because they're not supposed to when you have these big water fluctuations where you've got pressure going up, that piston line, some people call it's called a priming line, but some people call it a constant water line. I've heard that term thrown around, but that line pushes that piston in to hold that clapper. And the idea of it is if you have big fluctuations, that piston is going to keep that valve from tripping out. Like that's why they're becoming, I think, really popular. You see a lot of them now. People are going away from your Tyco DPV1s and your Vikings on F1. Unfortunately, they're going away from that. They're going with these piston driven, a lot of more moving parts, a lot of gaskets,
Just keep the F1. We all love it. Just keep
yes.
it.
Who does not love an F1? Get out of my face if you
It's
don't.
my favorite valve. When I see one, I'm like, oh, I love it. And
So
when I do
jackpot.
It's
replacements,
easy.
yeah, when I call to do replacements, especially like a 4 inch, because they're pretty affordable at 4 inch. Like I replace it with F1 every time.
I'm big on just keeping it simple, and I think that's what they've done is they just and some people are getting out there and just trying to make things more complex, and it's almost like they're trying to solve problems that aren't there. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Where the F1 is just it's 2 or 3 things. I mean, it's nothing else it could be. It's just
Yeah, and it just works. And you can
yeah.
set it up with confidence. Now I'm trying to picture the pump room. So you got the pump, it comes over, it loops. There's two different things I've heard this being called. So is there a master pressure regulating valve or a clay valve after the pump?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's regulating the water pressure to like 175.
That's right. That's right.
Same situation where I'm at.
Mhm.
Big boy pump, pressure reducing station, and then dry valves that lose air when you're trying to fill other ones.
and I haven't had the time to go back there to really dive into it. We did the annual a while back, and then now we're doing monthly pump turns and just the pump turns, and then the guys will go out there and it's like all the notes now, like shut everything before you turn that pump on. Like do not like close. I had a buddy call me like, oh, just close the discharge. I'm like, no, close every control valve. And they're like, what? I'm like, shut them all off. And they're like,
But
well,
yeah, so
why? I'm
that's
like,
funny though. Like the little teeny bit of fluctuation is tripping them.
Yeah, because the first time we went out there, like after the annual got through and all that, like a month later, we go out there and I'm like, all right, cool. Just run the pump, start tripping out. Okay, set them back up next month. All right, just close the discharge and just churn it. Cool. Close the discharge, churn it. Sucker still trips. Like, how
So
does that even
So
happen?
every
who set up the PRV station?
Oh, I don't know.
Who tested that?
I would imagine new construction set it up last time. It's only a year old building.
Yeah, it was the first annual, and then we've just done monthly since.
So it's not a building you guys did.
No, 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 we didn't do
So
it.
my first thing would be that another thing I've experienced is people don't know how to set pressure reducing valves. They think that they can just twist them and watch the gauge go up, and once it gets to the desired wherever they want, they stop. But you have to be flowing to set those. You have to be
Right.
flowing demand through those pressure reducing valves to set them. And a lot of people do not do this. So if they just cranked it up to get it to 175, then when that pump kicks on, it could very well be going way over 175.
Yeah. And I'd have to read the cut sheet again, but I thought them valves were, I know 175 is your sweet spot, but I was pretty sure them valves could handle a little bit more too on them as far as supply pressures, but I'd
Yeah, but
have to double check.
it's the heads though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah. But I've had, between that and seeing those, for whatever reason, these new general air maintenance devices, I ain't trying to dog everyone out tonight. I'm just saying when you have 4 or 5 of them go bad that are 3 months old, like I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's the maintenance being done on them or what, but I've just been seeing just weird stuff. It's pretty much since the last time I came on this show. So I'm blaming you, Bobby, because I like Brian, but I don't know what the hell's going on. I just had one thing after
Bastard.
another. Like I've had weird stuff, man. Like just kind of the last few weeks has been like weird, like head scratchers, like man, that's why this industry is so great because it's always something new. It's something I'm like, man, you ain't seen nothing yet,
So
Something
what
new.
if you sell them? You can sell them. I would price it as like a flow test, like
TNM.
a 5-year flow test on the PRVs, and then y'all flow it and then check each one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an idea.
That I've also seen back-to-back clay valves where they double up. But I mean it sounds
That's how ours is.
yeah, so on bigger pumps with a lot of pressure, they'll put back-to-back clay valves.
Back to
So
back, and they have isolation valves in between, and that's also so
right,
you can
service them.
service them and test them individually. So it looks like this
Mhm.
big crazy setup. And even on the print, we were looking at it like, what the hell?
That's
I
pretty
think
smart.
yeah, I think if it came down to that, what I would do is do the flow test, check it while it's flowing, and see if it's an install issue, and then maybe get with the engineer and put in back-to-back clay valves.
That's not a bad idea. I didn't think about
I
that.
don't think it's an air issue.
Or maybe they
Or
someone could have hydro
or the
tested against those
pistons are
valves.
or the
That's
pistons are you
that's
got a
what I
bad
was.
batch.
That's what I was,
So
someone could have
you'll
hydro
have
tested against that
Yeah.
valve and bent the piston or bent the clapper.
That makes sense.
so Reliable has product experts that cover territories.
Yeah.
You can get in touch with that. And then if you need help getting in touch with it, let us know and we can call and get one that's in your
We'll
area.
send someone out, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's
Yeah,
gonna send
no,
out a reliable rep.
that'd be awesome. Yeah. If that's when I get a little more free time on my hands, I'm gonna try to dive into that a little bit more and see if I can help them out. But that's the thing. It's been the last couple months, everything's been quiet because we've got it figured out. But when this next annual comes, I mean, that's when the problems are going to start. I don't even remember when it's due. I remember it, a
All gonna
while ago.
trip. People are having the same problem in the comments. Matt's in here and he said that he made that mistake once. He left the airlines open. He tried airing up another and it robbed the others and tripped all 10 dry valves.
Wow.
Then he
See,
said,
Yeah.
this is why we started this show. This exact reason is to create a community where we can have these conversations. That's why we have the Discord, the Dope and Tape Discord, where we can go and ask questions.
Let's. So we got Matt. What up, Matt? Joe says heavy Boston accent. Hey yo, Bobby. Chad, what up? Corlin, how you guys doing? Hi guys, how we doing?
How we
Matt
doing?
says you have to be a special sprinkler tech to wear super tight pants to work. Hmm.
I just so you know, I went and bought some new jeans.
Oh shit, peer pressure's
Yeah,
a bitch.
yeah. Well, check this out. So I found out that American Eagle has straight jeans, like straight fit jeans, and then they have
Damn.
athletic cut. So
Say bye to Judy.
it gives you more room in the thighs.
Damn, we might have screwed it up.
So
So
I bought them. I was like, yeah, yeah. So I needed
pizza,
that extra room, dog.
Brian,
Chad says pizza,
you
bro.
don't take leg day off. You don't take leg day off, do
No,
you?
well, I do leg day probably 3 times a week. Yeah, I mean, I'm squatting.
Oh,
I am,
yes.
I'm
Get
Chad's
it.
squatting.
Chad's asking about you ordering pizza during your story, and then Tommy says he wants the wind direction and the speed on that day. Corlin says he drove his red truck to the gym. Same issues at my
Okay.
facility from Tommy Howe. The Tyco DPV trips every few times on pump churn. Had the guy standing there when I started the pump, and it shoots up 75, 80 psi at the valve.
Woo. Yeah, that'll do it.
I have to really dig into my pressure relief to see if she's doing what she should. Can you get Brian an energy drink? He looks like he's about to fall asleep. Yo,
He went to
Florencio,
go
what
get one.
up? Daryl got to him. Brian is changing his life because he picked on him too much. Oh shit, that's awesome. I love the Daryl Brian conflict. Daryl hit me up in my DMs. He's like, "What's the inside joke? I don't get it. You guys are making fun of me." I'm like, "I don't know. Like, I don't think it's inside. We're just making fun of you. Picking on Brian. We're picking back. Just if you can't take the heat, you stay out the kitchen, right?"
That's it.
It's all about those Levi's. I don't know. I like my old Navies. I got a couple. I got a couple new ones right here. I don't want to wear them to the island. You know, can't be wearing brand new clothes to the island. That's a whew, what a discussion that is. Taking the van. The beach is soft. The beach is soft. And we loaded the boat, when I went home, it was high tide. So they drop you off. You're like at the top of the beach. It's mint. But when we went out there at like 6:50 this morning, it was low tide, or it was pretty close to low tide. So you're like just backing down the soft beach in your two-wheel drive van. And like if you don't come down the beach perfectly lined up, there's no like redoing it. I wouldn't be able to put it in drive and pull forward. It would bury. So we have one shot to get on that fucking boat. And
They don't have
the two
like a
deckhands are
gravel
both just like
setup.
this, huh?
They don't have like gravel or something laid out to like in that loading and unloading area or
No,
nothing
I
like
mean, that's
that.
what
no.
back in the 80s, right?
You could put your fucking beach chair right where I'm going. You could when I load the boat up and we drive away, you could put your beach chair right there. Like we're driving on the beach.
Oh wow.
That's the only way, and that's like one of the I mean, there's a couple ways, but that's the best way, I guess.
Have y'all started
Hmm.
doing some fitting out
Yeah.
there, or still evaluating?
No, we did two fixes today. One of them was a 2.5 by 2 by 2.5 T. It's all like these weird old T's that just blast apart. And a lot of times from the center aisle, you look at it, it looks good. You walk up to it, the whole backside of the T's missing.
Whoa.
So and these are some big buildings, and it's a lot of
So
buildings.
fix it, try to blow it up with air. Fix it, try to blow it up with air.
Fix it, fill it with water,
Oh, you're filling it with water. So you
fill it.
don't just screw that
So
building. Who cares?
we were
Yeah.
talking when
Send it.
Mike and I first
Yeah,
joined up, we
send
were
it.
talking to when we originally got the calls to go to the island, it was, hey, we got running water. So one of our service techs had rolled up and there was just water coming out of the doors. And after my first trip to the island on Friday, I went on YouTube and I started typing in the name of it and looking. I found an explorer guy on YouTube that went there, and in his video, he shows up and there's water pouring out of all the doors, and all the horns and strobes are going off, and they're there like just creeping around in the dark. And so, the moral of the story is the water's been running. When all those T's ran out, that shit just ran.
Who's
And
paying for that?
I think the city. It's like a city contract. So they
Like they're
basically
just letting that meter run and
they
they're like, whatever,
they
send it.
Well, oh yeah. So it's a water tank. I forget where the water comes from. It's a big water tank that's all gravity fed for the island. There's a bunch of hydrants that
I
we
got you.
inspect and everything. But basically, the plan is to get the heat and get the sprinklers on and working and get everything like locked up. And then the 4-year
Yeah.
plan is to rebuild, get a bridge, and get all those buildings. I don't know, revamped. It seems very far away from that, but
4 years is not a lot of time for what I'm seeing in your videos.
and if we can only take 3 vans at once on this boat,
Yeah, but what about all the other trades? Not just
need to get a pickup
sprinklers.
truck with 4 doors that could fit 5 guys, one vehicle. Take 2 of them motherfuckers out there.
You
Going
need to roll in there like
10
some
deep.
carpet guys. Have the guys sitting on buckets in the back,
10 deep, which we did today. I had an apprentice, and I took my cart out and I took a bunch of shit and I swept the back yesterday when I got home and I stuffed a chair back there for him. I went with two. I
You
went
didn't
with
make them sit on the bucket of crackers?
I went with two. No, little Bobby threw away the crackers. He said that they were stale, so I don't even have backups for the guys anymore.
Tell him if he's a real man, he would eat the stale
You
crackers.
hungry? You eat these stale crackers. I brought 4 hard-boiled emergency eggs just in case, like
Oh yeah.
something could go wrong. I could be stuck. I don't know. Like, what if the fucking tranny blows when I'm on the island? There's nobody out there.
Something
You're
could
not like
happen.
calling AAA, bro.
No.
You
You're out
just,
there.
I could be buried on the beach. I don't even know if the boat would be able to save me. It's not that type of boat.
Start swimming.
We fucking sink the 10,000-pound work van in the sand
So
at Shutter
you said
Island.
that they're planning on doing that for like the homeless, right? Kind of thing.
That's what it was. That's what it has been used for, like before they blew the bridge up. That's where all we have like a spot for our homeless and addicts. It was a couple of the buildings were recovery facilities, and a couple of them were for the homeless.
I would imagine that would be like a lawless land, you know?
There used to be the bridge.
Like Grand Theft Auto for homeless.
No, there used to be a bridge to get out there, and there was police at the bridge checking cars coming on and off. You couldn't get on or off without talking to a police officer back when the bridge was there, and it was fully staffed by medical people. They're not just out there like just homeless like shitting everywhere. Like there's like people there
Jeez,
helping
that's
them.
a job you Hey, at Thanksgiving, hey, what are you doing now? Oh, I'm at the homeless island, I'm just kind of and then they're like, "Well, we're proud of you. We're just glad you're doing something with your life."
It's it's creepy. It's creepy.
Whoa.
It's creepy. Some
Nothing
of some
against
of them
medical
place some of them
professionals.
people I can feel. I feel like I'm with someone when I'm not.
Yeah.
Someone there, you're just like you pull up and like we walked in and I'm like, wasn't that cart there? And the guys that I was with, they were like, yeah, cart was definitely there when we left, and like the carts moved a little bit when we came back the next day.
Whoa.
Nope.
And
Nope.
then like I remember on Friday when I went there was a wheelchair and it had a bunch of fire alarm wire on it, like Romex fire alarm wire, almost like someone found it and they were gonna like scrap it, and they were using the wheelchair to like get it closer. And I remember we talked about it because there's not a lot of copper in that wire. It's not a good scrap wire to take. When we came back on Monday, the spool of wire was gone. The wheelchair was still there. I'm like, dude, fucking somebody here. And like
Someone's there.
you're just standing there,
Yeah.
and there's just like all these windows, and you're like, I'm just waiting to just like see someone just like cut
Dude,
it.
you would freak out.
I don't know.
I know I would.
I kind of already expecting it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the odds are that they're most likely it or someone there.
So there's one guy, Bob, that like watches the island. He has like the part that's the good part. But you think you're alone, all of a sudden he goes like flying by in his van, just waves. But you're just like, it's like Walking Dead. All of a sudden you like can hear a vehicle. You're like, what is that? And it's
He
like,
knows something.
oh,
He
it's
knows
Bob,
something he's not
and he
telling
just
you.
like goes flying by. It's
That's a crazy job. Being out there on that island, all by yourself, just kind of watching over it.
I think that he only is supposed to be watching like this one little portion of these newer buildings that's maintained. It's like a YMCA, more like a boys and girls club type thing for the city kids. They go out there. They have like tennis courts, basketball courts, football courts, rock climbing, zip lining, pool, recreational area. It's a great spot for them. They get to learn how to use sailboats and kayaks and all that stuff out there. You could take a boat.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
Of
cool.
course, Tommy. Hard-boiled eggs, 12-pack of energy drinks. I have
Whoa,
two. I
you're
have
gonna
two.
die.
I got two emergency Red Bulls in case we need those, and the box of Joe was the move yesterday because I got two large coffees because I didn't see the extra large on the Dunkies menu. Come to find out, it's still there. They just don't have it on the menu. You can still get the extra large, kid. But
Dang.
yesterday I got a box of Joe. I want to say it was like $15, which I didn't
Yeah, I'm
realize.
worried about. I drink like the energy drinks cautiously. So there was a kid back when I was doing when I was boxing. We were getting ready to like you had to do
Oh
boxing
Jesus, here
tournaments,
we go.
and then yeah, here's another story.
Yeah.
And then
What was his
and
middle
then
name?
oh I don't remember his name, but yeah, I don't remember his name, but I don't even remember what weight he was fighting at.
Oh no, I
But
really fucked you up.
he took a 5 hour energy drink, got
Yeah.
into the ring. Right when it started, he passed out. Gone.
Dead?
Well, no, I mean he's just
Oh,
his body just I
may-
guess it was too much. I
he
think it
might
was
have been
something with
dehydrated too.
like a heart attack or something. Well, we
Woo! I've never
yeah,
done one of
we
those 5 hour and one of them little ones, those little thing like that little
yeah,
nip thing. I've
yeah.
never
He
tried one of
downed
them.
it, got in the ring, and then out.
Never tried one of them.
Well, after that, I never did either.
If I'm doing Red Bulls, I'm not having coffee that day. But
You don't get
I'm just picturing like the boat forgets to come and get me and I gotta spend the night on Shutter Island. I wanna have like some hard boiled eggs and some Red Bulls just in case the zombies wanna scrap at night.
yeah.
Gotta get a
That's a movie,
you
huh?
gotta get like a big Ford F350 four-door long bed with the camper on the back, and we'll just go out there for the week. Lil Bobby and me, fucking bang that shit out. Pick me up on Friday.
This camp.
Nope.
Would you camp out there?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
No.
Not just for 8 hours. I'm not like just gonna go do that just for to collect my 8 hours pay. That's a little fucking much.
Yeah.
It'd have to be like a 16-hour day or something with like
Yeah.
eight regular, eight double for the whole week, 5 days, maybe. But
You get a per
where am I
diem.
sleeping?
Obviously, you're not gonna
Like
use
where am
it.
I sleeping though? That's the thing. Like
Sleep in the truck.
not in the tin box. Yeah, well I need a truck where I could actually sleep in it. You can't sleep in the fucking van. This is how you sit. You ever sleep like this?
Yeah. No.
No. Energy drinks are for the faint of heart. Coming from Chad? Yeah, Chad's got like 6 C4s a day, kid.
Dude, he loves them.
It's better than
Ugh.
5 years ago though, right, kid? Huh? Couple 5 energy drinks a day or a bottle of Jameson a day. What's worse? Come on, you can have a couple energy drinks here and there.
Jeez. You know, that's something that I've noticed that we've had problems with once I came into the office and started, doing interviews and everything. Just it was hard for me to, and I don't want to blame Atlanta or anything like that. I think it's nationwide, but get someone that's actually sober. It's
Damn,
almost like they have something.
got a drinking problem, man. Blue collar, that blue collar drinking problem. It's all right. They
Like,
shake it off sometime. Maybe take it. Sometimes they don't shake it off till they're like 60.
yeah, but I had a guy, he had, I think it was like a meth or crack problem or something like that.
Oh wow,
And yeah,
that
so
could be an Atlanta thing. Cause our
we
our
sent him.
our meth heads don't have to work. They could just like, you see them? I put them on Snapchat. They're living for
It was a
free.
fire
They ain't
alarm guy.
fucking working. What?
Yeah, it was a fire alarm guy, and
That
he would do
smokes
work,
meth?
and then
What
like
the fuck?
he would just act weird, like on
Florencio
his
says it's just Atlanta.
ah.
Fire alarm guys are weird. That's kind of normal.
Well,
I don't
they're
know,
a
but
little
a
like
meth fire
engineering,
alarm. Imagine the guy that smokes meth. The fire alarm guy's like, you should be good.
So we
There's
got
only
the
like
truck back. We got the truck back. I also knew that I found out that he was driving the truck like at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to this little motel, and then he would be there for 15 minutes, and then he would drive back home. And then we sent him to a National Guard place to do some fire alarm work, and then the National Guard found that he had a warrant, but it was not it was expeditable. So they didn't want him, but he had the warrant. Then they looked in their truck, found a crack pipe. We ended up getting the truck back. A crazy situation confronted him at the gas station. He's just ran, just gone, just left the quick trip. We got the van back, had a bullet hole in it, and had some
Who did that?
paraphernalia
Who
in
did
there.
that interview?
I don't think I was there.
Who interviewed this guy? You're like, just the guy we're looking for. Here's your keys.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the address
We're
for
so
Monday.
excited
All
for you
right?
to come on.
Man, I miss the original energy drinks. Four Loco. Four Loco. When I
Four
was in high
Loco.
school, would like, man, you could literally drink one of them things, and you would be
They're,
like next. You would be next Tuesday. You would be three
they're
sheets to
still
the
out there.
wind. Yeah,
They're
no,
still out there.
not the originals. Not the
No?
no.
Oh.
You could get a case of Four Locos and get a whole high school fucking drunk back then. When they first came out, like those things were bad, bro. I don't know what. I'm pretty sure there's like some kind of lawsuit, but if you Google the original Four Locos, whoo,
Was it like a malt liquor?
yo Christian, what up? Finally
Oof.
caught the live. Pog ankle. Yo, Pog ankle and Christian. Yo, what up? I come into the Let's go. Welcome. 2 new people. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. What do we got? It's already been a half an hour. This shit's fucking flies.
Oh, this is
Like
crazy.
button, subscribe button. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. We're creeping up on our 1 year. I've been doing this podcast and also episode 100, which we're gonna try to make it happen where they episode 100 and our 1 year are the same. So just bear with us. We might be crunching some episodes next week or the week after.
We'll have to figure that out.
Ask Mike his best prank on the job.
Ooh, what you got?
Ooh.
I love
Probably
pranks.
not as good as some. Probably the best. Not as good. The best prank I ever did was you just take a bottle of dope and put it in the door handle. So when you go when you're especially to your foreman, so you go ahead and take that dope, and
Especially.
just rub it on the inside. So he grabs that handle, and he instantly knows and just hates your life. Yeah, just that was a good one.
Do
That was
not
a
do
good
it to
one.
the foreman. Do it to the apprentice that's below you.
I actually got another one. It wasn't it'd probably be a little tricky to do this, but when I was in the Navy, we had two different shifts, days and nights. So the night shift would come in, days would come in. And at one point, I was I was a supervisor for the night shift, and we'd come in, and the lockers would be jacked up, clothes everywhere, boots everywhere, and I'm like, y'all need to pick up all your crap because I'm not coming in here and cleaning up all your stuff. Like y'all need to pick all this crap up and keep it clean in
Oh,
here. So they wouldn't they kept doing it, and finally one night we walked in there,
that's cool.
and me and about two or three of the guys were in there, and the locker room was a mess. I looked at the guys, said, "Go get a drill and a bunch of screws." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Just go get them." And we took all their boots. I mean, you're talking like 5 or 6 guys, so 5 or 6 pairs of boots, and we drilled them to the top of the locker. So the next morning they come in, they go to grab the boots, and they pull the locker. The whole dang locker comes down, and they are live. I mean, we drilled every pair of boots, at least 3 screws in each boot.
That's a
So that
great
was.
trick. I like that one.
I wish I could do that on nowadays to a lot of guys, but
On
the
camera.
dope trick on the door handle is probably the best one because that one's harmless, man. I mean, it's not going to damage nothing except your
I'm a
pride.
I'm a wicked prankster.
Uh,
Super duper prankster. The easiest one and the most playful one, and you might not get in trouble, and you could do it to the apprentice or the foreman, is just the roll of Teflon.
Yeah.
It takes you like 30 seconds. Just climb under the back of their car, tie it onto something on the bumper, and then
that's
just
a
tuck
good
the
one.
Teflon right on the bumper, and then
Yes.
once they hit the highway, they got like 10-foot strand of Teflon just chasing them. That one's pretty
Yes.
funny. I like
Yes.
I like pipe dope like with the machine. Like I'd put pipe dope. I'd put the whole bottom of the handle of the pipe dope, or the back side of the handle for the threader, or the reamer, or the finger spot for the oiler. You could dope, and then
Well, it's cooler on
and
the
you
truck because like
on
they're
the
done with the
truck.
job, everything's
Oh
clean up,
my
and they wash their hands. And they're like,
God,
"All
you
right, I'm going
fucker
home," and
be
then it's like,
walking home if he was
"Ah."
driving with me. Or you just go old
Oh
school, like a,
man.
a zip tie, like a long zip tie on the drive shaft is still like it's
Oh
it's
yes.
an unbeatable prank. They're
Yes.
like,
Yes.
especially if you can watch them, they pull right over. They're like, oh no, my tranny.
Oh, I would be so mad with that truck everything with
The
the
dope?
pipe dope and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I'll be
I'd
pissed.
be so mad too. Oh,
I would
I
tell the
was
guys, I'd
too.
be like,
you'd
all
be
right, get the tools back out. We're gonna work another 4 hours.
yeah. You might be going to work at a different job site that next day. Fuck,
Yeah.
bastard.
Jeez.
A good one I used to do to I got little Bobby with this numerous times was stretch the cord. You have a 100-foot extension cord he's trying to roll up and it's getting all twisted and shit. And so I'd tell him like, kid, you gotta stretch it first. I'll help you. And so I'd hold my end and I'd tell him like, lean into it. Let's stretch this thing. And like as soon as I see that cord lift off the ground, I just let my end go. Little Bobby go fucking flying. He's just sitting on the floor. Yo, he fell with that. He fell for that at least three times. He's like, "You're gonna let it go again?" I said, "Nah, I won't. Promise. Pull it." I just let. Then I just let it go again. Oh shit, that's
Uh,
good.
I gave some Arco pink tape to a fitter here in Atlanta, and I told him what to do, and he ended up doing it to his apprentice. So I told him to go and do like if something out of the ordinary, something he's normally never even seen, and his apprentice has never done it, and I told him I was like, look at it and tell him it's like, hey, we have to use the pink tape, and then send him to the truck for the pink tape,
Oh,
and
you
then
gotta
like have the
have it hidden in like a weird spot.
yeah, right. And then he'll be like, why am I looking for pink tape? He'll think you're messing with him.
He
And
will,
then
yeah. It's
yeah,
like,
he'll come back without it. And I'm like, and then you chew him out and send him back. We have to have it.
get the pink tape. It's under the gas pedal. He'd
Yeah.
be like, what? Like, I think it's
Well,
a prank.
also when I had my truck, I had my apprentice take inventory of the truck. So he can get used to actually doing inventory of his own truck or his own van when he has it. So
Oh.
he would know what's there and what's not
I thought you're
there.
supposed to just show up, and if you don't have it, you're like, ah, shit, I don't have it.
No.
That's
I
what it's
had them
like.
doing
That's
inventory.
the feeling that you have when you go out to the island. You're like, man, hope I got everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's no delivery. Or a good joke out there is, I wonder if DoorDash will bring us something.
Yeah.
So there's dumpsters on the island. The dumpster truck goes on the barge, and then the barge stays put, and the dumpster guy's got to go drop the dumpster off and then get back on the barge with the empty truck and it's imagine that, and then he's got to go out there with the truck empty and grab his dumpster and then come back with the full dumpster.
He had, and
Shit's
he's
crazy.
driving on the beach like that, right?
On the
Like on the
beach,
soft
on
sand,
the soft bumpy,
big old
like
dumpster
they need to
truck,
get a front end loader and do like a fucking couple scrapes for us, you know.
or like throw out
He's like, goosh, the
some
fucking van,
gravel.
like the
That's
fucking
what I said. You need gravel
the
out there.
wheels
Yeah,
are
for
gonna fall.
sure.
The wheels are gonna fall off of that thing. Yeah, drop a bunch of gravel. That would be nice.
So,
Christian,
Mike,
what up?
what are you doing day to day now?
Pretty much just inspections. But I'll do sprinkler, alarm, pump, some FM200 suppressions. Um, Biggest thing I'm on right now is I'm on a college. I do all the sprinkler inspections for college annuals and semi-annuals and their suppression and their backflows, and that takes up about close to 6 months out of the year to do it.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're walking dorms too?
yeah, and that's actually I'm getting ready here in a couple weeks, mid-December when the students leave, I'll go do the dorms because that's when they're all gone. So when the classes are ending and stuff. But yeah, it keeps you on your toes because it's a little bit of everything. I mean, they got such a wide variety of stuff, and the guys there, the staff there is super awesome. One of their head guys, he owned his own fire protection company for like 25 years. So like day one, I met him and I'm like, oh, I can actually have a conversation with you. And then a guy named Austin, he's one of their right hand guys, and he's young and learning, and they kind of let me have free reign of the place. It's been super great being on that job because um, I'm coming into year 3 now, and I know the building's like the back of my hand, and here's a set of keys. They'll show up every now and then, spot check stuff, but for the most part, it's I'm just writing it up. And here's what we got going on, and then it's been really awesome there. So that takes up a lot of my time. Like it's the annuals, I can do the annuals in about 3 months, give or take, and then the semis like a month and a half, and then I in between all that, I do some alarm inspections there. I do some, I do all their backflows, which is a good amount there. So, but I've kind of got a routine and a schedule now that I've worked with them long enough now that I can kind of plan it around football season and students and all that stuff. So it's nice because you go to the same place. You kind of got a set schedule, but at the same time, like every building's different. You've got everything from animal hospitals to dorms to classrooms. So you get a good mix of stuff. So it's not just the same repetitive type thing. It's always some quirks and stuff. And then when I come off there, I kind of just bounce around wherever I need. So right now I'm kind of in between that job. So I just bounce around and see what, go where they
Yeah,
send me.
I did a college here in Georgia, and I did it 1 year without the students and 1 year with the students. And the first year was with the students. I told the guys like, let's never do that again.
It's well, I guess I'll just say it's so we do, my company actually does like we do like 3 or 4 colleges throughout Alabama. And but I do the college I'm at is it's Mississippi State University. So it's a bigger college and
Oh,
it's a
that's
lot of
huge.
buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like you can't at like yeah, I agree with you. It sucks when the students are there. It's terrible, but I do have to go there certain times of the year just because of you're trying to squeeze everything in between all of the different activities and times of year. So like but when December hits and they're all gone, yeah, it's awesome. But when they're there, it's like I schedule like for example, I schedule all their pump runs during spring break. So like spring break is pump week.
Yeah.
Is 15 pumps, run through them, all week. That's all you're doing is pumps. So I work because it's easier to get around when they're not there. So as long as you work around them and if you got a good support staff like they do, it's been pretty awesome being over there. I've actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
When I was walking dorms, I was super loud. I mean, I'm banging on that door with a flashlight like a cop. I'm yelling.
Yes.
I mean, I am. Oh yeah, dude. And then the dorm rooms, because there's multiple rooms in there, especially, well, men or women. Um, I would put my foot at at the end of the door and then hold the doorknob and I'd bang, 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 bang. And I wouldn't let them open the door unless they know that, hey, I'm here for an inspection because
That's right.
some of them freak out. And then the
Yep.
girls, you don't know what they're wearing. I mean, and then it got to the point where I started not opening the doors. Like I told maintenance or,
Yep.
engineers, like, hey, I'm not opening doors. I'll
Yeah.
walk in, you open the door, walk in, I'll look at the sprinkler heads. You're opening all the doors.
And talking.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's how we do it. Like even in the summer, they still got some students in there, and then they've got like these camps that come in and stuff. So like even in the summer when there's no students there, there's still some people living in there. But yeah, like there's dorms that they're all female dorms. Like I'm not going in there by myself. Like y'all need to provide an escort. I need staff because you just don't want to be in that kind of weird position or situation. We've had a couple scary moments. Well, not scary, but like hey, I'm just here to look at the sprinkler heads, nothing else, kind of thing. And so you run into those situations, but yeah, I agree. Like there are certain buildings I've got to have an escort, and they know that, and they work with us. So yeah,
That's
Well,
awesome.
I think standard operating procedure for any apartments or any kind of living dwelling, maybe not condos, but
The maintenance guy need
anything
to be with you.
anything
yeah,
1,000%.
And he can
yeah.
be
You
tuk tuk
It's a
tuk maintenance.
liability.
He's a
Yeah.
familiar face that they probably have seen before, right? The maintenance
Yeah,
guy.
you'll get accused of stealing crap. Like we've had that happen before. It's like that guy was in there and stole my iPad. Like, look, man, my job is not worth your iPad. Like, I promise you. To go, I'm like, come on, really? But yeah, they're out there. I mean, they will. But nowadays too, with way society can be and everybody can be, you do not want to be in a situation where you walk in a student apartment, an all female student apartment at that matter, and you're guy, you know what I'm saying? Like it can get out of control real quick.
He did
You just
this.
don't know.
He did
I was
that.
doing Man, I have some crazy stories at
Yes.
apartments. That
Yes.
now I do not do any business with apartments. They call me and I'm
Yes.
just like I'm just declining. I've been in, especially on the east side of Atlanta. No way. No, it's just too dangerous. Too dangerous.
Hmm.
And but I was in a decent area and then I was at this giant garden style apartment complex, knocked on the door, and then a lady freaked out. She's like, I got a gun, I'll shoot you. Like freak out, kept going, kept going. And I went to the office. I'm like, yo, what's up? And she's like, oh, well, we had a shooting last year, and she was in the building that the shooting was in, and she's been like freaked out. And she had to move to a different apartment. And I was like, well, thanks for the heads up,
Bow,
appreciate that.
bow, bow through the door.
Yeah,
Just
dude, I
blast
could
you.
have easily been shot.
Oh
Could
Woo!
yeah.
have easily been
Oh
shot through
yeah.
that door.
Damn,
Oh yeah.
big bride. Chad says the maintenance guys are too slow. Let me get the keys. Tommy says I used to do a few sororities in Syracuse at Syracuse University. The house mom would scream up the stairs, "Man in the house," but they didn't mind the least. In a towel, naked, underwear, you name it. Oh, Tommy, sprinklers with scenery. It's my favorite. Matt says I did Auburn University sprinkler inspections. It was amazing and plenty to view while working. Again, great scenery. Christian
That is
says
a
yes,
plus.
looking at the young shorties. Joe.
I had to go walk a out in the east side of uh of Atlanta, DeKalb County. I had to go walk missed units. And I got there and I met the maintenance guy, and from the get-go, it was wild. Like there was a dog that got out, and then the maintenance guy pulled his gun and then was yelling at the owner, and then we went to one apartment and he almost got in a fight and well, really a shooting, because the maintenance guy, they started yelling back and forth at each other, and then the maintenance guy showed his gun, and then the other guy went to his couch and started feeling through the cushions, and then they ended up fist fighting in the living room.
During an
And
inspection?
yeah, and while they were doing that,
Holy shit.
I just got to my truck, got in my truck, I left. I said nothing. I was like, I'm freaking out of here.
They always blame the sprinkler guy for opening the doors at the wrong time. I dealt with so many Karens today at the uppity senior apartment spot. Poke ankles. Who are you? One
I
time
tell
we
them, hey, no problem. My schedule does not give me the time to come back.
pog
But
ankle.
we'll send you a invoice for $200 for us to come back, and that's no problem. So you just pay the $200. We'll come back, look at your apartment. But until then, your apartment is not compliant, and I'll let the city know as well as the apartment complex. And then
Yeah.
usually they're like, well, you can come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Tommy says one of the sororities, the fitter installed, he did a really solid for the future service guys and put the inspector's test in the showers room.
Huh.
That's a
That's
good one.
awesome.
I want to know who
Yes.
Pog Ankle is. He's a new commenter on Twitch. He says he finally caught live. One time we drained water into a dug hole and it filled in with loose mud, and my foreman tricked me. I was up to my thigh, stuck in the sinkhole. See, I don't like that prank. Like, I'm gonna get in my car all muddy now.
Yeah.
That's like a prank
I
that takes
think
it too
the
far.
prank has to be harmless.
It can be a
Right.
little harm, but like, you don't want to ruin someone's car, right?
No.
They got to
Or
get in their
boots.
car. I'm like, I'm on my
I
drive
mean, these
home. I
boots are
drive
like
home in
$200
my underwear.
sometimes.
Clean
Oh
up your
yeah,
mess and they won't get drilled into the locker.
that's
Yeah.
it. Oh
Well,
yeah,
that I get. That's a
that's
lesson.
it. That's a
That's right.
Sometimes it's
That
a
I,
lesson.
I
Sometimes,
warned them.
and if it's
Now,
I
I've heard
guess
of
if
fitters,
it's revenge too.
if they see a competition truck in yeah, like a restaurant or something, they'll swing in and throw a riser sticker on their windshield.
I think
Ha,
it's stuck,
that's
kid.
funny.
That's a good one. They're gonna say they
That's
cut.
good.
They're gonna say they cut the tires. I've heard stories of back in the day, the real hardcore union guys. If a non-union shop was trying to deliver pipe in the city, they would they would rough the truck driver up and take the truck driver out and drive the truck out of the city with the non-union pipe.
God.
What?
Yeah, I've heard story like crazy stories like that, and like that's because they would be stopping the job with the line. Like everyone hears about a picket, you're picketing the job, and that's like when all the union guys stand outside the job, they don't let anybody by, and another union guy's not supposed to cross a union line. So then you have all the trades outside blocking, and then a delivery guy's trying to deliver. So the delivery guy eventually gets out, like, get the fuck out of the way. Let me just drop my pipe off, and someone sneaks in the truck and fucking gets the pipe out of there. Rival
Whoa,
shit. Rival shit. Huh?
that's hardcore.
Crazy. You still wear the boots? The mud boots? Damn, bro.
So how are the Brunts holding up for you, man?
My brunt's
Buck.
good, man.
Yeah.
The Shutter Island brunts. I still get the originals, and I'm gonna wear them like for a whole year, and do a 1 year review. They're holding up good. You want to see them?
Yeah, I want to see them.
These ones are like, God, they gotta be like 200 and something days now.
Oh, they look good.
Mhm.
The seams look good. Oh wow, you still got some tread.
That's what I'm saying. They're good
Got a little
boots.
gum down there.
Yeah, it might be fucking raccoon shit.
And guys, for the record, sorry, Brunt, but don't buy the insulated boots. The
Oh
no.
yeah, unless you want them for the winter. Like if you want a warm
Yeah,
boot, you
but
need insulated. I got the unlined. I told you that, but
yeah, yeah.
you
Woo!
wanted to get
I wanted the black
the
ones.
black ones only come lined.
I wanted to be like Chad. Chad got some black boots, and I'm like, those things are dope. I was like, I gotta get me some black
They do
boots.
look sharp, but it's an insulated boot, so it's meant to be warm. And we were going to Florida, and I was gonna try to tell you how you usually don't wear a warm boot to a warm climate area, but you
Did
like,
you
I want
see
the
me
black
walking?
one.
Like I was freaking miserable.
Like Donald Duck kid. Come on. I seen
Oh
you.
man, I
It
was
was great.
freaking
It was
miserable.
so good. Yeah, but I like them, the unlined ones. I actually have lined ones for when my little toesies start to get cold. We'll put those on. Tight pants and sweaty feet. You're not gonna live this tight.
Um,
You might be able to change your jeans, but you're still gonna be the tight pants guy, I think.
Yeah, it's them legs, dogs. Hey, if y'all did some squats, y'all would understand, but I don't think
Squats,
anybody is.
protein,
So.
yeah, but I mean, like normal squat. How many squats are you doing a week? Like you can't just do them every day.
No, I do it like every third day.
Every third day
Yeah.
is what, butt training?
Booty training, dog. Gotta get the squats.
Fucking
Then you get up.
silly goose.
Yeah. That way I can just do OnlyFans and dope and tape forever, you
Are they
know? I don't even have to be
100%
employed anywhere.
waterproof? I don't know. Is anything 100%
Uh,
waterproof?
I don't think anything is.
Oh,
They
no.
are, I don't know, maybe up until that like third lace.
I still think if you're an inspector, I still think Merrill hiking boots is the way to go.
I need to look
Hands
into
down.
those. Yeah.
They're like
Merrell
a
hiking boots?
yep. Moab 2s is the model that I would wear. And
Get
then
you
here's
unlined
another
brunts,
quick
baby.
tip. So within their as much as we walk as inspectors and work and everything, it's within their warranty clause that they're supposed to uphold to the standard in a year. Well, as an inspector, they never did. So I bought one pair and I wore them. I got new ones for like 4 years in a row.
I'll tell you, I usually wear the
That's why
Ariat
companies like that stop doing
Wellingtons.
that.
All
Yeah.
I wear is Ariat Wellingtons most of the time, but my wife had got me a pair of these like Timberland like sneaker types, and they're safety toed and the whole 9 yards. And man, I keep putting them on a lot more than boots. I'm really digging them, especially with all the walking. You know, it's been kind of nice
Does it have,
break on my feet.
do they cover your ankles?
They go yeah, just like a hair over, but not really full. Like they're not like boots. You know, they come like just like where your ankle starts, I guess you'd
I
say.
like
Oh
to
yeah.
have like a couple laces above my
So
ankle.
here's a
Stop that
quick
baby from
tip.
rolling.
So the Timberland Pro, why they're so comfortable, they have this thick, they call it anti-fatigue
Hmm.
sole. So you can buy that and put it in any boot. You will have to trim it,
Hmm.
but you can put it in any boot, and it's awesome.
The boot guru,
Yeah,
huh? Look at this.
Yeah,
take
I
care
go
of your
deep
feet,
into
man.
things,
You
Take
dog.
think
care of
you're
your
so
feet.
special with your background now?
Yeah, well, you can do it too.
No, look at my
Like,
shit.
so,
This is built, not bought.
yeah.
I built this
Well,
shit. Huh?
I'll get there one day.
He's
I'll get there one day.
like, hey baby, can you make me a background?
She did it fast.
Dude, like 2 clicks.
Yeah, I'm like, how did you do that? It was what?
Matt says he
What
only
happened?
squats when he drops to pick up his taco.
Yeah. I was thinking about going to get some tacos tomorrow.
Mike says nothing worse than a woman's jail. Mike with a Y.
That's
That's
that dude's a
different.
legend.
Is he?
That's Mike Bardell. That Joker runs circles around all of us.
Mike
That dude's a
Bardell,
legend.
yeah. All right.
Mike, come on
Yep.
the show, man.
Boom.
Yeah, there you go. He's a legend.
Let's see Mike Bardell. All right. He's a gun guy. We want to talk to him. What's he got? Mountain bikes and guns?
Yep.
Yo, come
I
on, Mike.
love
What
guns.
up, bro? Let's talk.
He's
Um,
probably mad at me now.
no, he's got his name on here, Mike Bardell. I just clicked on his profile. I mean his profile pic. He's holding a very nice semi-automatic rifle with a scope and a strap and a
The more
extended
you
magazine.
say, the less he's likely to come on.
Yeah.
I'm still
um,
trying to get my hand on this new camber.
Pog
Camber came out
ankle.
with a double stack 9mm, like 1911 style,
Mm,
and they
No.
just came out with this. It's just hard to find one, but man, it's a sexy gun.
mm.
He's got Merrill. Pog ankle on Twitch. What's your name on Instagram? Where do I know you from? You guys with the two different names really fucks me up. When you got a YouTube name and then you got a different Instagram name, I
Yeah.
don't understand it. Just make it the same. You know?
So
Like
I
Matt.
just wanted to mention we are going to be here on Thursday. We have NAFCO coming on, North American Fire Protection Company,
Boom.
and they'll be here on Thursday. So the cool thing about them is that they are really gearing their, as far as benefits and how they run the company, towards the field guys. So we'll go deeper into that, but like all the benefits, what they do, it's almost like they asked, "Hey, what do y'all want as an employee in the field?" and they listened and they give it to them.
Wow. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I can't wait to talk to them. And we're not going to do a show on Thanksgiving, obviously. So we still need someone for the 21st.
Well, hold on. Did I not? I think I have one for that one. Did
Oh,
you not accept the invite?
I don't know. Let me know.
So
This is 94.
Janine Meisman. So she was a firefighter. Now she's a fire protection consultant
That's on the
for Summit
21st?
Fire. Yeah.
Janine.
I have it in the calendar. It's not on your calendar?
Yo, I've been busy. I've been working on an island, commuting, putting in my 8 dog. I don't have time to check your fucking calendar.
It's cool. I invited you.
I'm just kidding. Janine. No,
I
I'm putting
invited
on the
on the paper.
I'm putting on Matt's wife's calendar, who we tried to have on the podcast, but he just blew us off. So people in my DMs are all the time telling me that we should have him on. They don't realize that like we tried and he blew us off, and that was it.
Yeah.
You get
Well,
one chance.
maybe
You get
one
one
day.
chance to blow us off, and then that's all you got. I don't have Instagram. Well, you said I finally caught you live, so I was like, all right,
Okay, cool. So he's
boom,
probably listening.
donate
Another thing, right above me, right above my head is a link
94.
to our spread shop. It's where you can get some Dope and Tape apparel. It helps us a lot. This is
96.
sponsored by Dope and Tape. So everything going to, expos, the last one we covered that ourselves, and it does get expensive. It's hard to do, but we do it. But all the help would be really appreciated. Also the dope and tape, all the apparel and stickers and everything, it really helps spread the community. Get it out there, get people talking about it, and just letting people know about us, and then spreading the word of fire protection, since it is such a small industry.
Yeah, let's talk to everybody. He's right. Spread it. Talk about us. Share it. Talk about us. Um, and share us and invite people.
I'm talking to the principal at my son's high school, and I'm going to be a go-to for kids who want to join trades.
December 4th.
That
That's
way they're
awesome.
not just pushing college. Like they have someone to talk to about the
Tommy says
trade.
great holiday gifts. Get everyone a dope and tape shirt in the family. That's great. I like that. So
We
if
have infant clothes too.
yeah, you get infant
I have
clothes,
like
maternity
four
clothes.
friends
You
having
you
babies,
got a
and they're all gonna
backpack.
get dope and
There's
tape
all kinds of stuff
onesies.
on the website. And if you see something that if you don't see something that you want, let me know and I'll add it. So if NAFCO is on the 16th, that's episode 95. Then you got Janine on the 21st. That's going to be episode 96. That means that so the 28th, you got someone for the 28th
Let me look.
and the 30th. So we're gonna do
No,
the 28th is gonna be episode 97, the 29th is gonna be episode 98, and then the 30th will be episode 99. Boom, and then we're into December, and episode 100 is gonna be on December 4th, which is December 4th. It was the same day that we had episode 1. So we're gonna crunch in an we're basically gonna make up the episode for Thanksgiving on Wednesday of the week of the following week. We'll do 3 back to back, 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. We need guests for, and that means that we could do our 100th episode on the same day we started. So we got to get a good guest for that, or maybe bring a bunch of people, or maybe the both of us.
yeah. I think it'll be cool to collect questions like inspection questions and then fitter questions and
Oh
just
shit,
answer them from
questions. That's
our
right. I have one question that I was supposed to ask. My bad.
for inspection. Well,
We are at 1 hour, but I got one question from a buddy.
Oh,
Hello, Bobby, from Detroit. Have you ever had any issues with the cycling flow switch during an inspector's test? If not, can you please ask? I said cycling with a question mark, as I've never heard of that. And then he says, it pulls down, it pulls back up, and it keeps doing it, and the flow switch never sets the alarm off due to its cycling while you're flowing from the ITV. Flow switch cycling, it's called. I asked him if he checked the paddle. He said the paddle's good. It was happening as the backflow closes up due to the system having air, and when that happens, the system presses back out. Even the pedal goes back to normal.
that's something I've never
I
seen
guess it's
before.
common, but
there.
not many people understand what's really happening in the system. Flow switches are then replaced because everyone believes it's a flow switch having the problem, but it doesn't fix it.
No, there was a post recently telling to go on to the NFPA 25 inspectors forum on Facebook. There was actually a post like that just recently, and I think it got like 60 or 70 comments on solutions. But some of us, I've seen it once or twice, and there's a couple debates on what it could be. But most of the time, yeah, air trapped in there, air vents, something to do with the backflow preventers. There's a couple things that it could be, and there's some debate on what it could be, but go on that page and just type in your problem in the search bar, and that's the best page to go on for troubleshooting stuff, because out of all the other pages you get a lot of hate from a lot of places, but that page, it's got a lot of really good guys in there. Matt's one of them, and you can really get some different perspectives, and at least because it's never just like we've talked about earlier, it's never just one problem. Sometimes you can have multiple things going on, so you start with the cheapest quickest fix. But
Slap a new flow
I would,
switch.
yeah, I don't. That's the thing. That's the first thing everyone goes through, the flow switch. But I think it's an air problem. I think it's either backflow or an air vent
So
problem. You don't have a
maybe
vent on it.
and so the water's trying to trickle in, and then it like the air burps, and then the paddle goes back, and then it trickles a
Yeah,
little bit more in, and then it keeps burping itself in type deal.
Yep, and then the backflow can create those kind of problems too, where you get kind of almost like a turbulence issue, and it just, I mean, you can go from that to you can go as deep as city water supplies. I mean, it gets pretty deep. I mean, I've been following some of these troubleshooting things on that, and I've
So he's
seen a couple
opening the
people have it,
inspector's tests.
and it's just coming. I know exactly what he's talking about. That paddle's dropping down like it's going, and then it goes back and drops down and goes back, drops down and goes back. Yep,
It seems like a low pressure thing. Like it doesn't have enough pressure to push.
could be
And just
that.
leave
That's
it pinned
that's
out. Like we gotta hit him with a you gotta hit him with like a 1500 GPM pump. We gotta find a room. We're gonna place that baby in there and sell it to him.
run your main drain and see what it's doing with the main drain, to see if it's doing the same thing, and then run your inspector's test, and try to narrow it down from there.
This guy says you can call me 8 inch. That's a good one.
Hey guys, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on the Dope and Tape show.
That's
And
it.
thank you.
Here we are,
Um, thank you,
episode
Mike, for coming on again. I definitely want to have you on again
Yep, let's do it.
in the future.
episode 94. Huh?
94.
Holy shit, that's a
We
lot of episodes.
we've done it. Even when we didn't want to do it, we did it.
That's it, man. We're gonna keep on doing it.
Keep doing it.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the comments. The comments are getting more and more. There's a lot of them. It's, as you can see, it's tough for me to even read them. Brian doesn't even let me talk on this show anymore. So I just try to any airtime I get, I try to give it back to the viewers and read your comments.
Thank you guys.